y'all. I am Audrey Gale. I'm here to help answer a question that was asked on a Facebook group recently. The lady asked, if I can get this to, there we go. Is there a way to break an image up? Either remove part of it or change the color of different parts. I want the flower part one color and the leaves green. So as you can see, the flower is just one path, cut path with all the leaves. And she wants the leaves to be green and the flower a different color. So normally I do this kind of work on Inkscape. It's a free program and I find that a lot easier to work with. But if you don't want to do that and you want to learn how to do it in Cricut Design Space, let me show you that. Okay? Now this may or may not be the easiest way, and I certainly welcome any other advice. This is just the way I've kind of taught myself. And again, I normally do this in Inkscape. So if you'll just muddle along with me. I make numerous duplicates when I'm starting something like this because sure enough, I'm going to find a way to mess up and I'm going to be glad that I had an extra. So here's all my extras just in case, not in case, when I make a mistake, I've got a backup. Now the first thing we need to do is separate the leaves from the flower. This is going to be our leaf layer. We'll work on that first. We'll make it green just to make it easier to see. So we need to slice right here between the flower and the leaf. And sometimes you can use a shape to help you, but I couldn't find one that really seemed to do the trick. So I instead decided to go with an L. And let's change the color so you can see it easier. Click on it, unlock it here, and now we can resize it however we need. Let's start by separating the leaf from the flower. Resize this so that it will stretch all the way across, and it did. All right, so this is selected, the red line is selected. Hold your shift down, your shift key, and then select the green. You can see that's grayed and selected, and this is gray and selected. We're going to slice it with this button. Okay, now we don't need this, that is our slice result. Let's duplicate this. I'll show you why in a minute. We don't need this, get rid of that. Okay. Now we have a leaf section and a flower section. And we're going to work on the leaf. So let's contour. Click the contour button. Get rid of the butterfly. We're not working on that. Get rid of the flower. All we're left with is the leaf. Again, because I tend to make mistakes, I'm going to duplicate that until I'm happy with what I have. Now the thing is, this leaf is all chopped up, and so is this one. If you're going to take the flower and lay it right on top of it, then you don't need to finish filling out the whole leaf. But if you want to get the rest of that leaf in there, I'll show you how to do that. Take this same little one, it was just a number 1, and that is selected, and so is the green. Let's slice it, and now we don't need that, don't need that, we don't need that. What you see is we now have a leaf separated from everything else. We are going to contour that. By contouring, we're getting rid of this section and this section. We don't need those. We now have one little leaf. Let's duplicate it. Now we have 2 little leaves. Okay, bring this chopped off leaf back. Let's rotate this. Put it in place. Bring this one, rotate it. If you want to resize it, that's fine too. You can do that. Now, this leaf is selected, this leaf is selected, and the original is selected. We are going to weld them into one piece. And that's what happened. It is just one. If you look over here, everything is on one layer. So we're done with the leaves. All right. Now let's work on the flowers. Get these out of my way. Okay, the flowers, let's choose a different color, maybe yellow. And we're going to contour this because we no longer need the leaves. We don't need the butterfly, just the flowers. And again, let's duplicate that. Put that to the side. We have the same problem here. The flower's cut off. Where's the rest of the flower? That goes right here. Okay, we don't have one. Well, let's make one. Let's get our trusty little L. We're going to use that to cut things with. It's going to be a little knife. We have unlocked it. We need to get rid of these 2 extra flowers here. I want that skinnier. There we go. Rotate. Actually, just want to cut that. But get it a little closer. Turn it a little. There we go. That is selected, and so is the yellow. Let's slice. So I've cut that apart. Now, let's do the same thing and get rid of this one. That is selected. Shift, select the main picture, and slice. Now we have a lot going on here. So we don't need this. And we want to contour this. Sorry. Here we go. Contour. We're going to get rid of this. Oh, I didn't slice through all the way. Do you see that? Let me zoom in. Oops, sorry. I did not slice through all the way. So let's try that again. Text, L. Let's make it red, easier just to show you. Bring it over here. Okay, hold down the shift, select the yellow, slice. Slice it right in half. You don't need this. Don't need this. Let's contour this. We're getting rid of this. All we want is this flower. Get rid of that. Okay. Let me get back out. There we go. So what we need to do is take this flower and we're going to weld it onto this original flower and weld it into one flower shape. Depending on what you're working with, you may need to unlock it and change it, bigger or smaller. In this case, a tiny bit smaller. Maybe rotate it a little more. You just really got to play with it. And that's the thing in this. You can't be afraid of making a mistake. Just play with it. That's looking a little better. Get it however you like. Now that is selected. Select the original one. and weld them together into one shape. And now we have our flower. Let's bring back our original. This is what we started with. I've got the leaves, I've got the flower, and I've got the butterfly. Let's come over here and contour so we have only the butterfly. We don't want all of that. Just the butterfly. And we don't need this anymore, or this, my extra copies. That's all there is to it. You can layer it, or you've got leaves by itself, however you like. But that's one way of doing it. I hope this helped you.